Hello, good day, and welcome back to the third leg of our basic GIS lesson in our ENS472 environmental modeling. Today, we will now learn how to plot study areas. These methods can be crucial and significant on your current and future research. For today, we will learn how to plot basic vector data elements. So, what are these basic vector elements? So, we have points, lines, and polygons. So, for the vector point data, these are the point that uses a single coordinate pair to define its location. Attributes of point describes its features. Points are considered to have no dimension even though in real world it have dimensions. Example of point data is power poles, telephone poles, a building. Okay. Next is the vector line data. When these points are connected, then point data is converted into vector line data, but it should not be enclosed. Again, the emphasis is it should not be enclosed. It uses an ordered set of coordinates. Line feature have multiple lines and points. Attributes may attach in every line, node, and vertices. Hence, each line may have multiple attributes or rows of table. Example of vector line data are road lines, topographic lines, power lines, and object outlines. So last element would be on the vector polygon data. When lines are connected into enclosed shape, then this type of data termed as polygon data. Polygon should be closed. Okay? So the difference between the vector line data and vector polygon data is that polygons should be closed. Okay? The start and end point should have the same coordinates. That's the meaning of being closed. Examples of vector polygons are the features are school boundary, city boundary, or municipal boundary, and any other political jurisdictions. Okay, so that's the three basic elements of our vector data. And now we will proceed to our main topic. It's making study areas. So first, we have to click these plugins and manage and install plugins. Okay, then you search with Quick Map Services. Quick Map Services. So it's just a plugin. Just click it. You can see there are some for the definition of it. Then just install the plugin. It may take a while. Okay, now that it is installed, you'll see the difference. So you'll just close it. Then another panel emerged. So this would be on the Quick Map Services. So you may opt to just close this. Okay. Okay. Next is to have the database or the base map you want. So just click on Web, the Quick Map Services, you click OSM and click OSM Standard. Again, you go to the Web toolbar or Web panel, then Quick Map Services, OSM, then OSM Standard. Now, you can see that a map of the whole world is introduced or can be seen on the map. So you just have to click zoom in or zoom out. Okay, so you can see the Philippines is here. Okay, you can just use the mouse wheel, or you can just zoom in or zoom out using these buttons. So example here is this one. Okay, and be mindful that when you click on this, you should always go to the default button. It's pan map, so you can just cruise on some of the maps, of the details of the map. Okay, so let's go to Burawan. So this is just an example. Okay, so here is the population of Burawen. Okay, I'll zoom it in to our Rizal Park. Okay, so now that our Rizal Park can be seen, okay, could be seen, or in your case, if you have some notable or most identifiable landmarks in your study areas, you can do just zoom in on it. Okay. Next is to have this button, new temporary scratch layer. Okay. New scratch layer, then it should be polygon. So first, you should add the whole boundary of it. Okay, the boundary of it. Next, okay, the default is EPSG 4326 WGS 84. Okay, this one is the default. Just click on it. Okay, then okay. Next, you can now see the layers here. So first we have added the OSM. Okay, the map. So the base map. So if you untick this one or uncheck this one, it will be zero out. So it will be invisible. But if you click it, it will be visible again. So next one, you have the new scratch layer because you have added something. Okay. Then you may now go to toggle editing. So you may now edit. Okay. So you have to zoom in first. So you have to zoom in first. So you'll know the exact points of it. Okay? Exact points. You may have to zoom out first too. Okay. Pan. Next. Okay. So now we'll have add polygon feature. So when we add polygon feature, it should be on the outmost boundary of your study area. So for example, these corners, so we'll just pan it up a bit. Wait. Pan this up. Then add polygon here. Just click on the corners, then you just have to click outside. So you have to right click outside. Then here's the first polygon. Okay, so you have to name this. Okay, so now we have a symbology. So you may or may not color it. Okay, so you have all the power to edit your map. So for me, I'll outline it as green. First green. Oh, here. Outline green, then apply. Okay, then it will be outlined instantly. Okay. Now that we already have the study map area or the boundaries. If you have sample areas, then you can just do save. Okay, save the changes. Save. Okay, then add another temporary scratch layer. So this one, so new scratch layer, let's rename this as sample sites. So geometry type would be sample points. Then you have to have it on the default. Then okay. Done with our sample area and our sample sites. Okay, so before we proceed, so you should save this first. So we have to export this. So save pictures as S3 shape file. So you have to file name this sample sites. Okay. So default would be this one, then okay. so it won't be lost. So we also have to do it on our boundary zone. As a shape file, file name, research, map, site. Okay. So now, as you can see, we have all of this. So we may untick this one first. Okay. So we will now proceed. Okay, now that we are done on having our sample sites and our sample area, we now lay out our map just like our second topic on exporting vector data and map format. So what we did is, what we want to do is have this on a map. Okay, so let's just click the OSM standard for this purpose, but you may opt not to. Okay, just this one. And we have to go to project, new print layout, then create a title, research area, for example. But it is up to you on where your research is. Okay. So again, here we are. We may do it on a landscape or a portrait. Okay, but we have already done the portrait type. So let's try the landscape type. Okay, now let's add this item. So let's add the map. Okay, I think it's better like this. Okay, we just go up to the end because we'll put the legend and all other elements of the map here. Okay, now it's rendering. As you can see, it also tells the area, tells about the area. Okay. As to the scale, you may play around on this one. You will set other values. Example of this would be, let's say, let's go to 2000. Okay, as you can see, it zoomed out. So meaning if we want to zoom it in, we'll have lesser value possibly. So let's have it at, let's say, 500. Okay, so I think it is okay. Then we could just move it like this. Okay, so just move it like this. Then we can add north arrow here. Move the north arrow here. Next, we can also have scale bar, or first the legend here. Okay. Also add scale bar. We'll put it inside. Okay, now what we're missing is our grid. Okay, so let's add grid. This one, grid 1. Then modify grid. Grid type would be cross. CRS would be WGS84. Okay, so this one is okay, cross. For the interval, you can just go whatever you want. I know all of you are excited on our games. So for this one, for the 125th right answer, commentator on what is my third music background, he or she will win 300 pesos worth of loan. Okay, so same rules do apply. you are only permitted to have 10 comments all in all, then you are only permitted to have 3 consecutive comments. Again, for 300 pesos worth of load, 125th commenter of the title of the third background music I used in this video will win the prize. Okay, but we can have it 0.5 level 0.5 on. As you can see, the tick marks are very much crowded. Okay, so we may change. So the higher the value, so let's just put it at 30. Okay, let's also put this 30. That's better, right? Let's have 30.5, or let's just 30. Just like that. And then line style, frame, interior text. You can just edit the color. Next, draw coordinates. It should be degree, minute, second. So left and right should be vertical ascending also. Okay, so that's okay now. It comes to degree. And now we will add label. Add label for our title. Okay. We may put our title of our area, example, research path site. This example. Okay. Edit. You can edit this. Appearance, what font do you like? Do you have a favorite font? Use your favorite font. Okay. Let's put it in bold. Let's have it 16. Okay. You can just edit the area. Move it. So we have the font. Okay. We may now move it. Here. There. So that would be the title of your map. Or yes, the legend is here. You also have it top. Then the other elements, of course. This one, add label. Here, of course, we can put without labels. Next would be the data source, or the source. Who prepared? Example, okay. The map datum, WGS 34. Next is created on QJS 3. Next is created using QGIS 3.8.3. Okay, so the data source would be, of course, you. You are the ones who have the data source may be excluded from this map because you're the one who have surveyed the area. Okay, you have surveyed the area for your data source. So you may opt to put out this data source part. Okay, so you may now somehow design your map as you want. Okay, so you may do this. Some are doing like this one. Of course, it depends. Okay, so just like the layers panel, the data here are arranged on how you want it to be displayed. So the higher the rank is in here, the more noticeable or the more they will be seen. So for this, we have covered this one, the legend, and the north arrow. So we have to put this rectangle below. Okay.
Audio Jungle.
Because we can see, okay, the area or the details behind. So I'm using it like this. Again, it depends on how creative you are having your maps. Okay, as you can see, I have put it down so it can be centered because it's too much size. Here. Okay.
Audio Jungle.
We can see this one. Put it here. Just put legend. Okay.
Audio Jungle.
Okay. So that's a simple study map area. Okay, so that's how you make a simple study map area. Okay, so just like before, we have to export this as image. Save layout. So research area, PNG format. Okay. See. We may do it 500 dpi for it to be clearer. Again, it depends on how strong your laptop or gadget is. So we may do a higher export resolution, but as default, you can have it on 300. Save. So that's all for our video. Stay tuned for the next one. Stay safe. Thank you.